生懸命日本語を勉強しています。今月、筑波学園大学の日本の番組を卒業しました。だからといって日本語が上手なではありません。So, I've been studying Japanese with all of my might for about 1 year and 3 months, and this month I graduated from the Tuskuba University Institute Japanese language program. But you might be tempted to think that that means that I'm good at Japanese. It does not follow that that's true. I'm not. 頑張れます。それでも今日日本語で説教しています。よろしくお願いします。Please be kind to me. 日本語の問題あったら日本語が話せる人は助けてください。So if I have a Japanese problem, people who can speak Japanese, please rescue me. This may be ugly for all of us, and I'm not going to say that part in Japanese. 今日は主労の誠実ですから、マルクの福音書のエルサレムに迎えられる場面を見たいです。その場面は11章にあります。So today is Palm Sunday, and I want to look at the triumphal entry section of the Gospel of Mark. This is found in Mark chapter 11. 今日の一節を見る前、マルクの福音書の形について考えなければなりません。So before we look at the passage, we really need to consider the shape of Mark's gospel. マルクの福音書は急ぎ足ドラマです。So Mark is a fast-paced drama. マルクの福音書の書き方なので、やまない読み方は一番いいです。そして声でも一番いいです。昔々、マルクの福音書は古代の教会にそういうふうに読まれました。So, Mark is really best when it is read without stopping and out loud. In the ancient church, in fact, that's the way that this gospel was originally read. 読み方を使ったら、話のスピードとドラマとサスペンスは本当にエクサイティングになります。So when you read the gospel in this way, the speed and the drama and the suspense of the story really do become very exciting. それに、マルコの福音書はバイオグラフィーの形があります。しかし、バイオグラフィーは人間のことです。そして、マルコの福音書を読んでいるとき、イエスは本当に人間ですかと思っています。それで、イエスは何でもできる気持ちがあるので、読んでいる人はイエスから何を期待したらいいことがわかりません。So, because Mark is in the form of a biography, it reads like a biography. But the entire concept of biography is really a human concept. And when we read the Gospel of Mark, we keep thinking, is this guy Jesus really a human being? Thus, we get the feeling that Jesus could do anything. And the reader doesn't know what to expect. We have this feeling of, what's Jesus going to do next? Because we don't know what to expect from him. マルクの主人物は 空気が好きじゃないので、いつもイエスは誰ですか聞きます。Because the characters in Mark really don't like this sense of the unexpected, they keep asking, who is Jesus? マルコ8章29節の中に、この質問はピトルに答えられそうです。あなたはメシアです。と言っていました。It seems like we really get an answer to this question, who is Jesus, in Mark 8:29. And Peter gives the answer, you are the Christ. 終わりましたね。ちょっと違います。It should be finished, right? Problem solved. It's over. Well, it's a little bit different than that, actually. 弟子たちはメシアの意味が分かりませんでした。そして、マルコの福音書はメシアの秘密がありますから、弟子たちしかこの言葉が聞こえました。The disciples didn't really understand what it meant for Jesus to have this title, Messiah. And because Mark has the messianic secret, no one but the disciples heard Peter's words. やっと盲人は真実を見ました。マルコ10章48節の中にバルティマイはデビダの子イエスよと言っていました。それはメシアという意味があります。So finally, a blind man sees the truth, and this is in Mark 10:48. Bartimaeus calls Jesus Son of David, and this is the same really as calling him Messiah. これからメシアの秘密は終わって、たくさんの人はバティマイの言葉が聞こえました。しかし、期待の問題はもう大きくなります。今、読んでいる人は、メシアはどういう意味がありますかと言っています。何を期待すればいいですか Now the messianic secret has ended, and many people have heard Bartimaeus' words. But the problem of expectations actually gets bigger. Now the reader is saying to himself, but what does Messiah mean? What should I expect? バルティマイの一節の後、修道の誠実のイベントは起こります。After the Bartimaeus passage, the Palm Sunday events happen. そして毎年、修道の誠実に私たちはそのイベントを覚えていますが、今日特に期待を考えたいです。Every year on Palm Sunday, we remember the Palm Sunday events. But today I want us to particularly think about expectations. その一節、左中人物に会っている間、期待について3つことを見ます。1、期待は大きくなります。2、期待なので何かされます。3、期待は出ます。As we are meeting the characters of this passage, we will see expectations excited, expectations enacted, and expectations exit. それを見るところで、この質問について考えてください。今はイエスに何を期待していますか And as we are looking at these points and along the way, I want you to think about this question. what do you expect from Jesus today? What is it that you expect Jesus to do in your life today? 時間がありませんから、英語だけで一節を読みます。マルコ11章1節から11節までです。So because we don't have time, I'm just going to read the text for us in English and not try to do it in Japanese. Here it is. Whoa. Okay. Mark 11, 1 through 11. And as they approached Jerusalem at Bethphage and Bethany near the Mount of Olives, he sent two of his disciples and said to them, "Go into the village opposite you, and immediately as you enter it, you will find a colt tied there, on which no one has ever yet sat. Untie it and bring it here. And if anyone says to you, 'Why are you doing this?' you say, 'The Lord has need of it,' and immediately he will send it back here." And they went away and found a colt tied at the door outside the street. And they untied it. And some of the bystanders were saying to them, "What are you doing, untying the colt?" And they spoke to them just as Jesus had told them, and they gave them permission. And they brought the colt to Jesus and put their garments on it, and he sat upon it. And they spread their garments in the road, and others spread leafy branches which they had cut from the fields. And those who went before and those who followed after were crying out, "Hosanna! Blessed is he who comes in the name of the Lord. Blessed is the coming kingdom of our father David. Hosanna in the highest." And he entered Jerusalem and came into the temple. And after looking all around, he departed for Bethany with the 12, since it was already late. 最初のポイントは、期待は大きくなります。それはマルコ11章1節から7節までです。The first point is expectations excited. We find this in Mark 11, 1 through 7. バルティマイのデビッドの子イエスよの話は、この場面、サスペンスと期待を上げます。メシアの秘密は終わりましたから、今からイエスは何をするでしょうか。Bartimaeus' confession, David's, or son of David, gives the scene a sense of suspense and expectation. The messianic secret is ended. What will Jesus do now? That's the question that comes to mind. もしかしたら、はい、その言葉正しいと言っているかもしれません。Maybe Jesus would just say, "Yes, this statement is correct." もちろん違います。イエスは自分について大道芸をします。Of course, it's different than that. What Jesus actually does is he performs a street drama about himself. バティマイはメシアの秘密を終わっても8万人はエルサレムへ杉越祭りに来ているので